Real truth daily. This is Daily Truths with Dave Ahlman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Daily Truths. We live in a desensitized culture where sex and murder are kind of commonplace. We see it exposed all the time on TV and in social media, and that's just been a modern day occurrence. It surely didn't happen back in Jesus' day, right? Remember, Salome, Herodias' daughter, had danced provocatively in front of Herod and his guests. That was a sensual thing that shouldn't have happened. And then she must have been desensitized regarding murder too, because remember, he asks, "What do you want?" She said, "I want the head of John the Baptist." So murder and desensitization regarding sensual activity was kind of the way it was back then, even as it is now. Listen to what this says in verse 9 of our text. "And the king was sorry because of his oaths and his guest. He commanded it to be given, namely the beheading of John the Baptist. He sent and he had John beheaded in the prison. And his head," this is so gruesome, "and his head was brought on a platter and given to the girl, and she brought it to her mother." Wow, talk about being desensitized. This young lady, 15, 16 years old, is dancing very provocatively. And now she says, "Oh, I just want his head." So desensitization regarding sex and murder was part of that culture, especially in the Greco-Roman age. So you think about what our kids are exposed to today, in social media, in television, and movies. There's a desensitization also with young people regarding sex and murder. Think about what they watch. Think about what they're exposed to. Think about the things that they see. It's difficult to monitor it all, but that needs to be done, especially with children. And I see parents today oftentimes exposing their kids to those kinds of things, especially on TV, graphic sex scenes, ongoing murder investigations, and on and on and on, ongoing murder scenes. Our kids are exposed to that at way too early an age, it seems like. And what is that doing? It's having a ripple effect in our culture where it's commonplace to see that stuff in primetime TV, and we think nothing of it. So here's my encouragement to you. Parents, grandparents, monitor that. Monitor what your kids are seeing at night on primetime TV. Make sure you know what they're watching. Secondly, make sure you understand and know who their friends are, where they're going, what they're doing, when they're going to be home, and who they're with. And finally, make sure that you give them a cell phone not too early in life. We gave our son Josiah a cell phone at 16, and I think that was still too early, right? Because I just can't monitor everything he sees and watches, at least until they're 18. Now, I know in our culture, because of peer pressure, it's very difficult to do that. You know, kids are bugging their parents. "I want a phone. I want a phone. All my friends have a phone." Oftentimes at 13, 14 years old. So it's very difficult. But my encouragement, of course, this isn't biblical. This is just my advice based on experience. I would wait until they're at least 16, but maybe even later, because you just can't monitor everything that they're seeing and watching and everything they're exposed to. So bottom line of this today is we live in a culture that is desensitized to sex and murder, and that's been with us even since Jesus' day and way before then. Have you ever read the Old Testament? So I guess I'm saying in all of that, just monitor it, be careful about it. And boy, Salome is a pretty powerful, bad example of what can happen when kids are exposed to sex and to murder way too early in life. Okay, so not an easy subject for me to talk to today, but I think it's necessary, especially in this culture. Have a great day in Christ, and that is today's Daily Truth.
Thank you for tuning in to Daily Truths with Dave Ahlman. Pastor Dave Ahlman is the pastor of Mount Hope Church in Boulder, Colorado. If this ministry is blessing you, please consider supporting us by sharing this channel with a friend. You can also like, comment, subscribe, or leave a review. This helps us tremendously. Come back tomorrow for your next Daily Truth.